Projects Watch. This is RP. Now, today I'm going to be talking about the fact that your favorite squaddy slash music producer has been charged for the now murder of Donnelly Donaldson. Remember, at first it was just a missing person case. After a while, it started to become evident that she was not playing some kind of childish game and was hiding away from her family and friends. So now the police are treating it like a murder case. And Noel Maitland has been charged. Normally, when time somebody get charged, you say, alright, now we have a good foundation to work with and we can move forward. But in my opinion, it's almost as if we have more questions than answers, even though him get charged. The first bombshell the police them drop is that they are saying that the babe mother of Noel Maitland is not a suspect, and the evidence for them say she not have nothing at all to do with this. So all the reports from neighbors about arguing and the love triangle, all of that is now, according to the police, out the window, and this is just exclusively about Noel Maitland. That alone bring up at least 20 questions we can think of off the top of my head, but just like you, enough of this now makes sense to me, and it seems like there are big gaps in this whole thing, but again, we're sticking to the reports that we have at hand. So they are saying that after them go do some checks, collect some evidence, them end up find some things and make them conclude say Donnelly Donaldson was murdered. This is coming from journalist Abka Fitz-Henley. Right? This is our theme page. This look like Twitter. Right? He is saying that blood on Noel Maitland's curtain. And not only the curtain, they also found a couch in Noel Maitland's place with so much of Donnelly's blood that there is no way she could have survived what happened to her. In other words, there's so much blood in the couch that even if it was some kind of injury, it's safe to conclude that she would have passed away due to the amount of blood. So what do you put that about? Again, more questions than answers. Because remember, initially, the police were slow to act in this case. Of course, the damage control will tell us, no, from day one, this was all being dig up and there was the thorough investigation going on and the police were taking it seriously and there was no issue. But the JCF own actions dispute that. The JCF had to move the case from Arthurtree to another police station. So by their own action, something was spooky. If everything was going as it should and there was no issue as such, then there would be no need to move it from Arthurtree police station. Remember, at first, all they were doing was telling the family words, telling the family statements. Don't worry, I know this for a fact. And then, as soon as the case moved, suddenly, people start to say things happen. Before, them say, don't worry man, we do things, but nobody knows nothing. Then case move, and all of a sudden, action start to take place. So we heard the mother say, at one point, them even tell her say, police car on the way to the apartment crash and people mashed up and all them things there. We know hear nothing more about that. Can we get an update on the state of those officers who had that major accident on the way to the apartment? See, enough of them things that just turn up in the news and just disappear. Right. So, anyway, let's get to the apartment. Them finally reach and start getting them evidence. Them find blood on curtain and a whole heap of blood in a couch. This is extraordinary to me considering that it took them a number of days before them even get to the apartment. So they would have disposed of the body and them still go there, go find curtain with blood and couch with blood. So much blood, that's them saying no way she could have survived this. So him get rid of the body and left the couch. Was he so confident that nobody now go search it, that's them left the couch in there? And even though forensic take a long time to get to the apartment, after, and I'm assuming here, them do some kind of cleaning up and wiping off, them still could have find how much blood. So imagine if they had acted sooner. I mean, think about it. If you left somebody to clean an apartment in 24 hours, imagine how much things them can clean up and get rid of and dash away and burn up and throw out and all them things there. 24 hours. And we know say it wasn't 24 hours after she officially, according to the police own evidence, passed away. That's them turn up. So this show me that them could have an even stronger case if them did move faster. Again, the JCF PR team will tell you that they acted as fast as they could and there was no spookiness involved. Right? And I just one of them things there. It's just that, people are trying to make them look bad. Again, that's the unicorn meat. If everything was smooth sailing and people were doing their job, you would not have to move it from Alpha 3 police station. And everything need damage control, Because in my opinion, the public would react better if senior members of the JCF came out and said, you know what, we never like how they deal with the case, We think them that joke out the case, and that standard is not acceptable of the JCF. That's not how we deal with things, and that's not how we want to deal with things. So we just move things and then make someone know, say, yo, you want the investigation because you were not doing your job. I think that would have much greater effect on earning the public's trust than trying to tell the public them say this case was being taken seriously from day one and there was no spookiness involved, because obviously that's unicorn meat. So now, Maitland has been charged. What does this mean? Well, we don't know yet. They still haven't found her body. Hopefully, the family can get some kind of closure. I mean, especially when you go start so them find much blood in a sofa and them thing there. When it comes down to family and friends losing somebody, even though it's highly unlikely they're still alive, there is always that little glimmer in a people's mind until they get closure. Closure is very important. Don't underestimate it. When you can't find a loved one, that is like twice the suffering. And one thing when you get a body and bury, but when time you can't even get a body to bury, then that's a whole different issue right there. So hopefully them get some kind of closure. Now, the case they done there so. Because now we're hearing that police officers got transferred from Grand Spence Station, right, because they allowed a quote-unquote popular entertainer to go visit Maitland unauthorized. Which one of your favorite artists them miss Maitland so much that they couldn't wait until them get visiting there? Them have to go in there unauthorized. In other words, some squaddy give them a link and it look like it backfire. Right. Now they don't mention of which entertainer, and all them say is the police officer has been transferred. This transfer thing where JCF love go on with. I understand say even police officers still need to go through investigation and all that, but enough of the time when something go down, JCF does transfer a man and leave it at that. If a man get catch in a spooky situation, then just transfer him and leave it at that. So what you find happen enough time is them take a shady cop from St. Andrew South and then move him to St. Andrew North. Or them take him from St. Catherine North and move him to St. James. So them just a move around shady individuals. Right? If the man them spooky and realize that them carry out an act that was in breach of police duties or breaking the law, then do some actual kind of punishment. This will if a transfer like a student. What about the transfer from Calabar to Georges? What about the transfer from Wolmer's to Veer Technical? Imagine the same transfer attitude was adopted to criminals. Alright, Mr. Sci-Fi, we catch you in a St. Catherine North with gun or commit crime. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to transfer you to St. James. Yeah man, just left St. Catherine North, go sit down at St. James. If they're willing to make popular entertainer, we'll get unauthorized visit. Right? Imagine what else them do. Or we know say them now get other kind of visit. Or we know say man now smuggling this and smuggling that. Give them. Or man now smuggle out this and smuggle out that. St. Catherine North is now your responsibility. We catch him a thief. We catch him a carry herbs go give man. We catch him a smuggling gun. So now make him work with you. I mean, it don't make no sense to me, but then again, I'm just a little YouTuber. No things that make sense to me. Right? I'm just trying to badmouth some scammers here. So don't be surprised when you hear say popular entertainer I try visit one of them big friend. I tell them to say there's a reason why you don't see the JJL coming out for Noel Maitland. The Jungle Justice League, normally they're out in full force. Them say them they want a trial, just kill him, hang him, carry the body come, make a light it. In this case, enough man all of a sudden on the data on them phone. That's not by accident. Noel Maitland is not your everyday traffic cop. This man is a big time music producer, in bodyguard enough for them money, I'm at them links when they want certain things done, I him them contact. So I'm still waiting to see how this thing turn out. Because as I say, there's a million questions or so. And sometimes they release the entire case file where you can read it and it make more sense. But at the moment, we just have to work off of clips in the news, and that's the worst thing for work because it left out enough of the details them and the story is incomplete. Unfortunately in Jamaica, it's not a given that some documents and some cases will be made public, right? You can't just Google up every single case and every single court file and see what go on for the charges and then say, oh, that never read the article, so now that makes sense. Now for things like this now make sense to me, but we have to just see what come out in the future. But I guess we can say at least them charge him. I don't know if you understand, so the police them admit that they think other people work with him after the murder take place. All them things that happen is that initially everybody is silent, but when time man start to realize the magnitude of what go on, then people start to tap other people on the shoulder and say, yo, we can tell you something now. Right. The longer the case go on, the more people crack. So we can see it work out. Anyway, Return Squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Ultra Squad, see you circling. Bless.